Hey YouTube, what's up? Oi to the bang, Basis Los, Ni hao ni hama, Konnichiwa, Bonjour mes amis, Kedu, Bawani. Um, this video I'm coming to you today with is a warning specifically for us black men. And us black men, we have to wise up and beware of this simp agenda. All right. And I'm explaining in this video what a simp is, but basically there was a dude I was looking up definitions and stuff like that, like good definitions. We know what simp is. We know it comes from Mr. Sotomayor. All right, he's the one that coined the phrase simp. All right, but there was this dude named Daryl. I know he has a better name than this, but to give credit, when I put down these definitions, the dude name was Daryl, and that's all it was. But I gave you the website, and possibly um, there might be a way to find out what his real name is, right? But you know me, I give credit to whom credit is due. All right, and so you'll see the website when it comes up, and I started to figure this out. They're not pitting the black woman against the black man because the black man never needed the black woman to organize anything. You understand? They're pitting a group of black men against the other group of black men. You'll see what I mean in a minute. They're pitting the simps against the black men that would build. See, the black women have always had a mouth, wanted to do what she wanted to do, and whatever, whatnot, right? But because she could not leverage that against the black man because she did not have the power, the physical power to do so. It was never as effective as it is today. And the reason why it is effective today is because of simps. You know, when a black woman is mad at some other black man, she get Pookie and Ray Ray to go shoot him. Another phrase coined by Sotomayor. Then you have one man in jail, the other one in hell for messing with this black woman. All right. The feminist movement got inside this black woman's head and said that she should be all that in a bag of chips, which any black woman that's a part of the feminist movement is no longer a black woman, but is subhuman in her thought. All right. She has given away the power of her womanhood, trying to be like the man. All right. So when you're trying to be like something you're not, you're neither what you are nor what you're trying to be. Understand this. Let me say that again. When you are trying to be like something that you are not, you're not what you are or supposed to be, nor are which nor are you what you're trying to be. All right, so let's go into this, right? Black men, there is no organized organization in the United States that represent the black man. There has never been an organization in the United States that represent a black man. This includes the church, NAACP, Black Lives, Urban League, any government agencies, or any community agency. Guess what? We didn't need one. We never needed one. All right. No white organization represented us. No black quote unquote organization black represented us. Black organizations used us and used our numbers to push this simp agenda and to push the feminist agenda. All right. But no organization, except for maybe one, the Nation of Islam. But I think the Nation of Islam tried to represent black people and families as a whole. Now, I got my problems with them when we talk about Malcolm X. All right. So don't get them twisted either. All right. I got some serious issues with them. All right. But that's about it. So let's deal with the difference, right?
Family, over this whole
Don't
congregation,
confuse simp agenda with the
that whatever
pimp
hard place you might
agenda.
find yourself in,
Understand? Do not confuse the simp agenda with the pimp agenda. The dude in a black suit with the red kerchief, that's the pimp. The dude standing on stage with him, one in an all red jacket, he might be a simp or pimp, but the other two men definitely are pimps. The musicians, they getting paid, so they pimps. All right. All the men with them bald heads holding up their hands. Well, they're not even holding up their hands. All the women got their hands held up, right? All the men that's in the congregation, those are your simps. They women drag them there. They are no part of the pimps organization. Ergo, they can't be pimps. And they pay into the organization. That's what makes them simps. They were also drugged there. Most black men end up in the church because their woman drugged them there. That's what makes them simps. All right? So let's not confuse the simp agenda, which black women at our birth conditioned us not to be men anymore, but to be simps for her. Conditioned us to think that all black women were good no matter what they did. Conditioned us that all black men are no good, to include ourselves when we grow up to be black men. Oh, but that changes if we get a basketball contract, a football contract, then they all in our lives. Look at what I did. But no black woman ever threw a pass for them dudes in the NFL, never taught them to throw. What they did was they sent us to school. She just signed permission to be in after school activities. All right, we joined after school activities. The white man or some black man saw, oh, he run really fast and he's strong. He'd be good for football and trained us in football at school, at Pop Warner. All the mama had to do was just get us there. But the work that was being done with us were being done by men that trained us to play basketball, that trained us to play football, that trained us to run track. All right. Remember Gabby Douglas, the black girl that won the all around in gymnastics? Never would have happened had she stayed in her black mama's house. Her black mama didn't train her to do anything. The white people trained her in gymnastics. She went to a white family, stayed with that white family, and that white family got her up to that world class level. Not the black woman. The black woman ain't never did no crap like that for her children. Why? Because the white family had a man in the house. The reason why black football players and basketball players are getting in trouble with $1 million trouble versus $10 trouble is because they never had a man in the house to teach them to think like a man. The reason why Steph Curry is the best basketball player in the NBA now and not LeBron James, because LeBron James has a weakness in that he grew up with his mother. Steph Curry does not have that weakness, and that is their mental strength. Their mental strength. You can't get inside Steph Curry's head because his dad, a former NBA star, raised him. Now, LeBron might be able to teach his children stuff that his mom could not teach him because she never allowed a good man in the house. So he grew up as a simp. He's not playing with the mentality of a Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant grew up with his dad. Shaquille O'Neal grew up not with his dad in the house. He was a former drill sergeant in the army. So his mama got married to a good, decent man, a strong man that put strength inside of Shaq's head. So instead of being a 300-pound thug, he became and going to be accepted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, a Hall of Fame basketball player with sympathy for children, a good disposition, but a strong head in basketball, some records, and some rings. Because he had a strong man in the house. Now, notice all the dudes that's getting in trouble with the law in the NBA. Single black mothers raised them. So they think that the black mothers think they did a good job is because they raised them. They did good at school. They did this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, she didn't do a good job. Is because once they get this $1 million money, once they get their all the rest of the stuff, then all the failings of the black woman, that lack of leadership that she chose not to have in that house, because the black woman is not to be the lead, the black man is. It starts coming through in the choices that their children now make as adults. So these black women think they did a good job because the children were smart, got A's and stuff. Might I bring up Pinky? Simp. Someone idolizing mediocre. And this is the acronym, not abbreviation. But you see the site down here that I got these definitions from. And this dude named Daryl, he came up with these definitions, and these are good definitions, right? And so instead of saying abbreviation, but these are Daryl's words, so I'm putting them exactly as he have it. Simp is an acronym. All right, meaning you take the first word in each. You first take the first letter in each word, and usually spells out the letter or a pronounceable name. That's an acronym. An abbreviation is a shortened version of a word. All right, but this usually applies to a guy who takes up for or admire an immoral woman to gain or win her favor, just to impress her, show interest in her around others, and taking up sides with her, whether she's in the wrong or whether she's in the wrong, and no matter how immoral, promiscuous, negative, or ignorant she may be in her bad behavior pattern, negative upbringing, and her awful way of thinking, or bad life decisions. Boy, that spells that out. All right, so that's the definition of a simp. Let me say this about um, women, black women, about this simping, right? So this black woman, remember Pinky? I did this story about her. And I was surprised at who she was before she became a porn star. All right. And who Pinky was a straight A in school, all around, excellent student, played the violin. And because her mom thought she was doing such a good job, one, her mom picked to have Pinky with a thug, right? And her mom felt like she didn't need no man, right? A simp came in, hit that, screwed Pinky, and had her out stripping. And her mom didn't have no clue until she found her quote unquote hoe bag, as Pinky said in the interview. Her mom then tried to lay down the hammer, but guess what? Pinky was with a man. All right, she was 17 and she was with an 18 or 19-year-old. But guess what? Her mom thought she was the mother and the father. She found out that she could not be the father. And she tried to stand up to Pinky, and this dude stepped in and almost beat the crap out of her mom. He imposed a physical threat to her mom. Pinky then left with this dude. Her mom could do nothing. You understand? That's how the black hoe industry or prostitution industry or sex industry got so filled. Women who thought they were the mothers and the fathers found out that when a real man come into the picture, that she couldn't do nothing with that man when he's coming after her daughter. But since her dad, the daughter's dad, ain't there to protect or provide a barrier, that dude, simp or pimp, looked at that girl as easy prey, because what can a mama do when a child truly wants to be disobedient and they've grown into their teenage years and bigger than her? So, brothers, we have to wise up. All right. And for those of you, oh, he got scripture. If you watch my videos, and most of them, I let you know, I am an Israelite. These are our bylaws, the scripture, i.e., Old Testament, the prophets, and the commandments. I don't deal with that fluff in the New Testament, is because that's supposed to explain this, but it was originally written to have us to go away from the Old Testament. The Old Testament, the scriptures give us Israelites plenty of warnings. Ecclesiastics, I have turned even my heart and to search and to seek out wisdom and a conclusion, to know the wrongness and follies and even foolishness and madness. All right, that's what men are supposed to do. We're supposed to seek out to understand these and not do them. And I have found bitter than death the woman whose heart is a snare and nets, whose hands are shackles, who pleases Elohim, escapes from her, but the sinner is captured by her. Hold on, let me say that again. He who pleases, and it should be Elohim, he who pleases Elohim escapes from her, but the sinner is captured by her. Do not rejoice over me, O my enemy, when I have fallen. O my enemy, speaking about the woman, when I have fallen, I have risen. When I sit in darkness, Yahweh is a light to me. I bear the displeasure of Yahweh, for I have sinned against him until he pleads my case and shall execute right rulings for me, until he brings me out in the light and I look on his righteousness and let my enemies see it and let shame cover her who said to me, where is Yahweh, Yah Elohim? Let my eyes look on her. Now she is trampled down like mud in the streets. Oh, ain't that the name of the black woman? The day for building your walls, let the decree go forth wide in that day. Trampled down in the streets. Let me educate you on something, black men. The one in the middle, all tatted up, that's the only one with a real booty. All the women that you see in these photos here have butt injections. All right. One of the ways you could look at it is their waist, but look at it also in their calf and their calf to buttocks ratio. All right. Y'all looking at this? The one in the middle have a real booty. Why are these black women getting all these butt injections? They want two men, the white guy to the left and the thugs down in the center. Those are the guys they cutting for. The white guy to the left, the thugs down in the center. Simp. I have here Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. A guy comes to the aid in defense or rescue, and this is still Daryl, for an unjustified, immoral woman taking up for her around other guys to make himself look good as to impress her when getting upset and want to fight, flame, troll, etc. on the internet forums with other guys in hoping to gain and win favor or prove his point as intelligent when really is not. Also, usually a guy like this are too emotional sensitive, like a female, or let's say wearing the panties in the fashion sense, and loses all credibility from other guys by not manning up, by making his own decisions, by being narrow-minded, and always agreeing with the female about what everything she says. All right, so these are direct quotes. So I'm gonna leave this like this, right? But agreeing with a female about everything, whatever he might have said, whatever she says, right? But he put what everything she says, right? But that's okay. These are still good definitions. Correct the grammar later, but understand the meaning. This also applies or refer to a guy who does not use his critical thinking and or judgment and let a female do the thinking for him in a relationship or non-relationship. That's why I put Michael Eric Dyson here. He's good for this. He goes on national TV, MSNBC, and because he got his degree and stuff like that, they simped him out. He's a very eloquent speaker, but everything he says is eloquent bull. And he speaks to women's issues. And he speaks to women's issues as if women's issues are black issues. And he speaks to women's issues at the detriment of black men, even though he's a black man. He pushes abortion. All right. Simps believe that women don't need a man to have a baby. What I want people to do is look at this thing, freeze it here. Everything is numbered. This is the female reproductive organs. All right. And see if you can find the prostate on there. All right. And I'll give you a minute for this. Now, why am I asking you to find the prostate? The prostate produces sperm. Behind the prostate, you have the seminal vessels that produces semen. All right. So let me explain this. The prostate produces sperm. And when us brothers are getting it on with our women, the prostate produces sperm. The seminal vessels produces semen. They come together. All right. And the semen covers the sperm and mixes with the sperm, and it's alkaline. All right. It's also kind of gel, like thick mucus, right? And it's a mucus membrane that when we shoot up in the woman, all right, the mucus membrane protects the sperm for a little bit because it's acidic there. And the women's defenses can't get to the sperm yet. It has to get through the semen. The semen kind of dissipates within a half hour. And when that happens, hopefully the sperm is far enough up in the woman that it has little to swim, because the less distance it have to swim, the more likely it could get to the egg, right? That comes from the prostate, people. And in here, all the organs are numbered, and not one of them is a prostate. Because only a male has a prostate. And only sperm can come from the male. All that BS that y'all talking about in these books that you found that some dude told you, those are simps. Because they seeking mediocre P from a black woman. So they make them, oh, you're a queen. You don't really need us, men. And I worship you, queen. So let me hit that. All right? Simps, like the dude over here who's following this woman, ultimately participate in organizations that destroy families. But, he probably floating on the other side of the fence. All right? Simps support evil women and their causes. And they're good at lending their support to evil women and their causes. Larry Wilmore, the nightly show on Comedy Central. They gave him a show is because he promotes this destructive nature of women that's destroying the black community. But he don't care. He's making millions. All right. Now, this is what I'm saying. If you look at the guys that are speaking for the black women that have been training other men, the cause is we've been fighting each other. The okie doke that everybody has been using is the black woman. The black woman is a pawn in all of this. She is still evil because she didn't have to be the pawn. She could have stood by the good black men. She could have chosen good black men, but she wanted evil. She was attracted to evil and stuff. And when she found out that she could get simps and wannabes to help her destroy her family, she was down for it. So long as she got these little trinkets, got these rings, implants, weave, nails done, hair did, and was able to say whatever she wanted. And so long as she was giving up that coochie to men like this, and then these men were getting paid, they could push this agenda to destroy us. Simpson training. This mother, and this is how it happened, had three children, 2 boys and a girl, go out there along with 2 other women and beat this homeless man to death because one of her children said this homeless man hit him, which he did not. Simp in training. Now all three children have a murder case on them because of this black woman, along with two other black women. My final thoughts. One dude said, dude, you should let up, and here's why. And I'm telling him, bull, get a pair. I'm a black man that want righteousness. So no, I will not let up. I won't let up because so long as these black women with the support of simps are sending black men to jail or the grave, somebody needs to shine a mirror on their mess. For all you simps that come to my channel talking about, oh, you so hard on the black women and this, that, and the other. And for all you evil black women, because you got to be evil to come here and support this mess, that come to my channel, y'all better take that somewhere else. I'm just deleting most of y'all. Now, for the good black women, y'all need to make yourself known and start speaking out with us. Yes, we'll take the lead, but show us that you have that we have your support. Show us that yes, you don't want your children to grow up, go into the NBA and not be able to think as a man. Show us that you want a man in the house. If you're a single woman and desire better for your child, and I mean a real man, not a simp, not a pimp, but a real man, a man that could teach that boy and that could be there as a defense for that girl. You see what I'm saying? That could teach that boy how to think like a man. So when people try to get out inside his head as an adult, they can't because a man trained him. And then it's going to take a little more effort, right? All right. One, I say this again. They say LeBron James and a lot of the dudes that's in the NBA now are mentally weak. Steph Curry came in and he's busting the NBA wide open. Why? He was raised by his dad, a black man, a black dad, and now this dude became the best player in the NBA for the past 2 years. All right? So understand this. Stop simping. I mean, we really need to stop simping. Black man. So, black men, wise up and understand there's a simp agenda. And everybody is using the black woman. Black woman ain't running crap. And when we think about it, the black woman to run anything that they had, the real leader has been the white man. George Soros for Black Lives Matter. Every black woman thing that had money, it has been coming from men that want to see our family structure destroyed, y'all. Y'all better peep game. And the black women are using simps for their muscle. So white men are funding them and they're using their coochie to have their muscle to have other black men fight against good black men. Man, these women are sounding like the devil along with their white daddy. With that said, I'm out.